Okay, Patty, you're up.
Hi, welcome everyone to Hope Humanitarian. I'm Patty Liston, one of the team leaders, and Jamie.
I'm Jamie. I'll be helping Patty.
We're happy to have you. We're excited to be able to go to the Chaka settlement in Uganda in October, and we're really hoping that you'll be able to join us for an incredible, most likely once in a lifetime experience to be able to help some wonderful people at the refugee settlement. We have a wonderful slideshow that Jamie has put together that we'll go through briefly. And then, of course, if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to email us. Jamie, do we have our emails on there?
It'll be there at the end.
Okay. Our emails at the end. I'm Patty
Also,
Liston
I'll also
again.
add it to the email too.
Okay. And Jamie Dalton. We're going to show you some pictures of what it's like in Africa and some of the things that we have done on other expeditions to Uganda. Jamie, I'll put you in charge of flipping the slides. Would you like to take care of this one, Jamie?
Just a little bit of a background for Hope and mission. We help refugees throughout the world. There are other opportunities as well, but the refugee population throughout the world is the main focus for Hope Humanitarian. Uganda has the largest refugee camps in the world. And I'm actually going to let Patty talk about why Uganda that is her second home. But then we'll go into the overview of the projects that we're looking at doing. We'll go through an itinerary of what the expedition would look like, set expectations, and then we'd give you an opportunity to ask questions via email and contact. So Patty, talk about Uganda a little bit.
Okay, Uganda is right next to Kenya on of Africa, and I'm sorry, east of Africa. And Uganda, the Chaka 2 settlement is one of the largest in Uganda, if not in all of Africa. There are certainly refugee camps, but this one was established some time ago. When the people get there, they are given a 30 by 50 plot structure for them to live in. Sometimes they come singly, sometimes they come with extended family. Most come from Congo and Rwanda, from bitter fighting, and they have been able to make a fairly treacherous trip until they get to Uganda and then are shuttled a couple of times a week into the refugee center where they are, their information is given, they're given a plot of land, they're given plastic sheeting for a roof and a few pieces of tin, and that's where they start. And then from there, they can continue to grow and to learn and to do some sorts of enterprise, some of them. The refugee settlement in Uganda is one of the few that actually allows people to get an education and to have a business set up where they can make money, they can sell their wares, they can go out into a vast community and try to earn a living. Many refugee settlements keep the refugees sequestered, and they are not allowed to have any kind of enterprise, which is, as you can imagine, quite hopeless and frustrating for many of them. Wonderful people. You will never meet more gracious, wonderful, loving, kind, generous people than those who are in Africa and are at this settlement. And you will have plenty of opportunities to talk with them, to mingle with them, and to have wonderful one-on-one, once-in-a-lifetime experiences. I always tell the teams that when we start, that they will meet someone who will touch them in such a way that they wonder how they ever lived their life without knowing them until now. And there's always one, sometimes more than that, that really reaches out and grabs you and helps you to realize why you are here and why you are doing this work. Not sure, Jamie, if you would like to add anything to that.
No, you did wonderful. It is a life-changing experience for all involved. So you covered the way Uganda. I want to talk a little bit more about the life in the refugee camps, and we'll move forward with the trip.
Here's a great picture of the refugee camp. As you can see on the right-hand side, some of the people have been able to put together mud with a little cement to make a structure. And then they have the reed roofs that they change periodically. As you can see, there are a few going into the camp that are, oh, they're not concrete, but they're not dirt. So that makes some travel really good. 1.5 million refugees in Uganda. As you can see from reading through here quickly, food and shelter insecurity for sure. Limited, very limited sanitation. Some of the things that have done by other teams have been to put together some kind of more sanitary conditions and toilets and such. Limited access to clean water, education, and employment. The refugee settlement is divided into 9 separate villages, quite vast. It's a 50 mile by 50 mile, I think is what we were told, area, which is now almost full of refugees. They're very, very close. They expect the camp to be full by the end of this year or the end of next. Most areas have education for the children, which is really great. And have we whatever may be taught or whatever.
She's
There we
back.
go. So that gives you kind of an overview of what it is like at the settlement. Do we want to go back a little bit, Jamie?
No, we can get right into the projects. I think you covered it all there.
Okay. Trip projects. Number 1, we bring hope. They're very excited about having us come and very eager to learn whatever it is we bring to them. And of course, they bring to us as well. We will discuss entrepreneur mentorship. A lot of the refugees at the camp are entrepreneurs, but they really don't know the basics or the financial aspects of running their own business. So we are really looking for those who are good in business to come and to be able to teach that, to help them with a business plan, to help them get started, and then we would provide seed money for them. Education, adults and youth, men's and women's health is a big issue there. We will be discussing health issues with young men and girls regarding maturation. Much is not known, much is never discussed as far as maturation and sexual reproduction, which is really important in the men and women, and the boys and girls want that taught to them. Medical counseling, we can get our Dr. Castro, who is there at the camp, to come and help with that. And if any of you have any medical background, whatever it may happen to be, we would love to have you on the team. And any skill that you may have, whatever it is that you have that you're good at, we will put you to work. There is always a need everywhere, irregardless of where we may go. Next. Okay, the big one you've been waiting for. The cost is approximately $1,800 plus your airfare. We've been looking at airfares and some of them are $1,300 to $1,500. The $1,800 covers everything when you hit the ground. It's all of the vans that we will have to transport us, and they're good vans. It's the drivers, it's the tips, is the hotel, which is very nice. It's a good hotel right on the premises of the entrance to the settlement. All food, a t-shirt. We have a mandatory background check, snacks that we provide for everyone. The uh, what else? Everything that water, everything that you could possibly need once you're on the ground. You never have to open up your pocketbook. The lodging is we'll be staying in hotels. The rooms are shared, two beds or a double bed. If you really are opposed to that and really feel like you need to have your own room, that can certainly be arranged. We highly recommend having travel insurance, given that anything can happen on any given day, as we have seen quite a bit this summer. Tap water, none of the water, of course, is drinkable, so we provide all the water, the bottled waters you would ever need. Bring a converter for the outlets that you may want to use to dial up your phone or your laptop, your computer, whatever you want to do. All volunteers are required to be 18 years or older because of what is going on in the camps. Immunizations, we recommend following CDC guidelines for Uganda, which will be everything is in the volunteer packet that you will be receiving once you decide that you want to go and you send us your information. Again, if there's any questions about any of this, please feel free to reach out to us and we can answer any other questions that you may have. Uganda requires yellow fever and polio vaccines for entry. There's nothing having to do with COVID anymore, so you don't have to worry about that. I made a trip to Africa one time and I forgot my yellow fever shot record, and they gave me one right there at the airport. So there you go. I would recommend that you bring all of your shot records with you. Fundraising, we really recommend that you help fundraise because there's always things that we would like to take or purchase when we're on the ground. If we're working in education, the children are desperate for exercise books and pens and pencils. The hospital needs some supplies. The seed money for the entrepreneurs, which would be about $1,000. Anything that you can raise, we will tell you what it is that we would be purchasing either here and bring it with us, or once we are on the ground there. There's no slop. Every penny is used in a very constructive way. And we're very conscientious about what we do, what we give, and what we purchase for the people who are there. And we always take into consideration what it is they need because they know better than we do. Family and friends can certainly contribute to that. Facebook fundraisers. There's a lot of employers who have matching funds and bake sales. We've even had some people do bake sales, online auction, whatever, anything clever that you feel like you want to come up with. Jamie, hop in if you can think of anything.
Nope.
Okay.
Those are all good. My employer matches, and it's wonderful.
Okay. Itinerary. This is a basic itinerary, but I always tell everybody it's Africa. So when we get there, the whole thing could go in the shredder because you never know what can occur at any given time. But whatever it is, it's always a good thing. So we would be leaving Friday, October 3rd, fly out of wherever you are, arriving on Saturday, usually around in the evening between 10:30. We've had people arrive a little earlier and they just wait in the airport until everybody arrives on time. That night we go and will be a hotel ready for us that will give us breakfast in the morning. It's quite nice. Bring your bathing suit if you want to, because they actually have a swimming pool. Sunday, we will travel to the refugee center. It's about a 5-hour drive from Entebbe down to the Chaka Refugee Center. You can find it on your map. The closest place to it is called Chigegwa, whatever, WEGA. You can see it on a map if you want to. We will be volunteering at the camp then Monday through Thursday, probably maybe even on Friday morning, which is usually when the camp wants to do some kind of a special thank you program for us. but we will be working Monday through Thursday for sure, usually around 9:30 in the morning until about 4:30 in the afternoon. And it's a full day. It's a very full day. They're good days. The weather should be good. It's not too hot in October, which is good to know. It may be a little bit of rain, but we'll get into that when we have everybody on board. Friday, we go to the markets in Kampala. And so you can have a wonderful experience within the markets, pick up any souvenirs that you may like to do. And then we all fly out of Uganda on various times, depending on when people are flying in from and flying out of. But it's usually in the evening, later in the evening. We arrive in the USA on Saturday, usually in the afternoon. And so that gives you Saturday afternoon and Sunday to kind of regroup and make up for the time difference and then get back to whatever work you do on Monday. There are those, since Kenya is right next door to Uganda, there are those who would like to do safari, and that's great if you want to do that, but that is on your own. We may be able to help you with drivers who would take you into the Masai Mara or whatever, but everything else is on you at that time. Yes, be flexible. It's like I said, we can have everything down, what it would be going on morning, afternoon, and evening, and things can shift and change because it's just the nature of working in a camp and with so many different people. So you will need to be flexible and just go with it. But sometimes the flexible part is the one where amazing experiences take place. So always look at it with humor and a smile, and you'll be surprised what can happen. These are all pictures, by the way, of the refugee settlement that you are seeing right now. Okay, August 1st, we may extend that to the 15th or so. $500 deposit. You'll get that information with your kit. It would be sent to the hopehumanitarian.org. All the rest of it is due by the 1st of September, so we can start making all of the reservations that we need for when we get there. There's a volunteer form that you'll fill out. The background check will be completed by Hope Humanitarian, given the information you give to them. Your passports, critical. You need to have a current passport, and it needs to have at least 6 months left on it. A story to explain that. A friend of mine was taking a trip to Kenya. They were checking in at the airport in Salt Lake City. One of the women gave her passport to the woman at the gate and could not take it because she had only had 5 months left on her passport before it was expired, and she had to go home, and she was just heartbroken. So you need to make sure you have at least 6 months left on your passport before it expires. You purchase airfare, and please get trip insurance. Visa is about $50 to get into Uganda. It's relatively simple. You can do it online. And I can't see the Facebook page and group, Jamie. I'm kind of cut off from that. Oh, it looks like it says updated. We'll make sure that we let you know, Jamie or I will let you know if there's any changes, any updates. You'll be kept current on all of this information and then some.
Okay.
Questions. If you have any questions, as I said, please feel free to get in touch with Jamie or myself. You're bound to have some. Just as background, Jamie and I have both been to this refugee camp several times. Jamie's been to Africa, several countries within Africa a number of times. I've been working in Africa for 25 years. This is not our first rodeo. So you're in good hands, and we'll take good care of you and anyone who chooses to come with you. Bring a friend. It's wonderful to have a friend to share this with because there's so much that can be just overwhelming, and it's nice to be able to talk about it. Again, questions, feel free to ask us anything. No question is too silly or stupid. because there's no stupid questions, and we'll be more than happy to address anything that you may have. Jamie?
Nope, that's it. Obviously, we've got a real passion for it, which is why we keep going back.
Okay, there you have it. Enjoy. We love having you look at what we've done here, and please, by all means, feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for your time, and we hope to have you on our trip.